Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Meydan Racecourse here on Friday. It is the 21st of January 2022. We're going to look at all the races on tonight's program from Meydan, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean around the world. We have 7 very good races to look at. Let's get to it right now. Starting off with the opener, it is a Dubai Trophy. It's a conditions race, going for a purse of $100,000, race for 3-year-olds here. We have a field of 10 horses stepping on the lawn, the distance of ground of 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the Dubai turf course, the Meydan turf course. My top selection here, I'm going to take the 6-horse Silent Speech. We'll go 6-4-3 in the tri-cash trifecta. 6-4-3 tri-cash trifecta, top selection 6-horse Silent Speech, 3-year-old colt by Dubawi. William Buick gets them out for Godolphin and Charlie Appleby. The horse's most recent outing came 25th of November at Wolverhampton, 7 furlongs in a maiden race, and the horse won by 1/4 lengths and was supposed to win second offering at 20 cents a dollar. He settled well, stalked that day under the drive, but he was excelling under the drive. He quickened up nicely, and he got the job done. Coming here to 6 furlongs where he can sit close, has the forwardly pace to win here. I think he could really run a good race. 2 back he ran Newmarket on the 29th of October, 7 furlongs in a novice race, and he finished second by a nose. And he didn't break that well, which probably cost him with the small margin of victory. Like I said, he didn't break. He stalked, needed that extra turn of foot. It was just a very lackadaisical race, but he really improved with that next race where he broke well. He's going to have to break well again here today, but he has a forwardly paced win going the 6 furlongs. At 2-1, I like him a lot. Let's take him here. Second likeliest winner is the 4-horse JJ Jumbo. Marco Gianni gets on this one. He's coming in from Ireland, and his races in Ireland, especially that most recent race in Dundalk, it wasn't bad at all. He could definitely win on paper. We'll use him at 12-1 in the place pot, but I do prefer the Godolphin before him. But to recap my selection for the opener from Meydan, it is the Dubai Trophy. Let's take the 6-horse Silent Speech. We'll give kudos to the 4-horse JJ Jumbo. 6-4-3 tri-cash trifecta. 6-4 in your place pots with a multi-race. The second race back to lawn again. It's a Jumeirah Derby Trial, or the Jumeirah Derby Trial, shall I say. Another conditions race going for a purse $60,000. Race for 3-year-olds here. 10 horses are going 1,800 meters or a mile and 1/8 on the turf course. I'm going to take the 7-horse New Kingdom. Let's go 7-4-3 in the tri-cash trifecta. 7-4-3 tri-cash trifecta, top selection 7-horse New Kingdom. 3-year-old colt by Dubawi. William Buick gets on this one for Charlie Appleby. The horse's most recent outing came 2nd of September at Haydock. Very fast ground, which is a rarity, it seems, at Haydock, but they found it that day. Firm ground, 1 mile in a novice race, and the horse went by nose and absolutely loved the quick going. The horse stalked that day, slowly moved his way up, and when he got the job done, he just kept going. A small margin victory, but it was a very good race for him there. 2 back, the horse ran a main race at Newbury. Good ground, 7 furlongs, 13th of August, and the horse that afternoon finished 5th by 2.5 lengths. He was with him early on, but then he just kind of got lackadaisical in the final stretch run. He really couldn't quicken up. I do think he needed the race for experience. He really improved with the next race after that, but coming here today, around the bend, which should suit him well, should definitely get the longer trip. I think he's sitting on a very good run, and out of all the speed figures, he's really run the fastest, and he's poised to really, jump up a lot here today. We're going to use him. Don't throw out the 4-horse Justice Protocol. He's coming in from Wolverhampton, where he had a very nice place in September in a novice race, and then before that won a Chelmsford over the 7 very easily in early September from a stupidly wide poster. Coming here, he should definitely do better with the 1,800 again with a very good poster. Has some forwardly pace. 15-1. We'll use him to blow up this multi-race wager. But to recap my selection for the second from Meydan, Jumeirah Derby Trial. Let's take the 7-horse New Kingdom. We'll give kudos to the 4-horse Justice Protocol. 7-4-3 tri-cash trifecta. 7-4 in the place pot. The third race, it is the UAE 2000 Guineas Trial. It's a conditions race going for a purse $60,000. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. 8 horses are going 1,400 meters or 7 furlongs on the dirt course. Our first dirt offering of the afternoon or the evening. My top selection, I'll take the 3-horse Al-Bahar. I'll go 3-7-6 in the tri-cash trifecta. 3-7-6 tri-cash trifecta. Top selection of 3-horse Al-Bahar. This 3-year-old gelding by Dubawi, Godolphin Doan, Charlie Appleby changed. William Buick gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came at Woodbine and the Grade 1 Summer Stakes over the E.P. Taylor Turf Course, 1 mile there on the 19th of September, and the horse went by 2 1/4 lengths. It wasn't the deepest summer stakes in the world, but this horse settled well. Frankie rode a good race, quickened up nicely, and he got the job done there. coming here dirt for the first time, has some early pace if he wants to use it. I think he really run a good race. Two back, the horse ran at Salisbury, 1 mile listed stakes 20th of August, and he won by 3/4 length. And that afternoon, he was stalked all the way around the race course. Took a little time to get going, but he still got the job done. A very good run there. And then the 17th of July at Haydock, 7 furlongs in the novice race. The horse won by 4 3/4 lengths. Drawn on the stand side, he basically won it on the front end. A very good ride by Frankie that day and kept going. An expert ride by Frankie because he just had a lot left to take. At 40 cents a dollar, even with the heavyweight, that was probably his best race of life. Coming here, like I said, he has the pace to win, so he doesn't get the dirt kickback. He's run the best speed figure as anybody here, and at 9 to 5, I don't like taking horses that short of a price first time on dirt, but this horse really pounds here today, so we're gonna take him. 3 count my selection for the third from Meydan. It is the UAE 2000 Guineas. Let's take the 3-horse Al Bahar. We'll go 3-7-6 in the Tricast trifecta to the fourth race, featured fourth race of the afternoon. It is the Group 2 Al-Rashida Stakes. It's a Group 2 event going for a purse of $180,000, race for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field here of 11 horses going 1,800 meters or a mile and eighth on the turf course. I'm going to take here the number 9 horse, Highland Avenue. We'll go 9-6-2 in the Tricast trifecta. 9-6-2 Tricast trifecta. Top selection 9 horse, Highland Avenue. 4-year-old gelding by Dubawi. Miguel Barcelona is on this one for Charlie Appleby. The horse is most recent out in 5th September Longchamp. Yielding ground a mile and a quarter in the Group 3 Prix de Prince d'Orange. And the horse finished 8th by 5 3/4 lengths there. And, he just never really showed up. He was with them early on. I went a little bit too fast. Couldn't keep up on the wet ground. It just wasn't his day to win. Also, he had the blinkers on that day. Coming here today, new season, very fast ground over the 1800. Not the toughest race. I think he could really get some redemption for the last run. Two back ran the 14th of August at Deauville, a mile and a quarter in the Group 3 Prix Julien de Amon Stakes, and the horse finished 4th by 2 1/4 lengths. And again, he was with them early on. Never had the good turn of foot. I do think the wet ground got to him. And then they ran him the St. James Pounds before that at Ascot, 1 mile firm ground the 15th of June. He finished 6th by 7 lengths. He was drawn very wide, which cost him. He really couldn't get going there, and he didn't show the forwardly pace like he normally shows. But coming here, drawn very well, has forwardly pace, should go up a lot on the very fast ground. I think he's sitting on a very good run. He actually won 3 in a row to begin his career. Won last January 30th at Kempton, followed that with the conditions win at Kempton and the Kentucky Derby trial race, and then followed that with the listed stakes win at the Craven meeting at Newmarket over the 1800, where he won basically for fun on very fast grounds. Coming here at 7-1, Miguel Barcelona up. I think he could really run a good race. Don't throw out the 6-horse Lord Glitter is the veteran here. There's 9-year-old gelding by Whipper. He won in Bahrain most recently, November, very, very nicely. And then before that, he found the soft ground, which he didn't like in the QE2 Cup. But his races in the UK, he didn't win in the UK in 2021, or excuse me, he didn't win in quite a while in 2021 between races. And like I said, he didn't win there in 2021 in the UK. There we go. Pardon me, I can't speak. Been up way too long for 16 hours already. He didn't win in 2021 in the UK, but he always ran these good races against some very tough quality horses. Coming here today, if there's going to be a closer that get a piece of it, at 5-2 he can get the job done, but I'm not a big fan of that very wide poster with the bend here. But he did run a good race in this race last year, followed it up with a very good win, the Jebel on Super Saturday. Keep an eye on him, but I do prefer the Godolphin horse before him. But to recount my selection for the fourth, it is the Group 2 Al-Rashida. Let's take the 9-horse Highland Avenue as a top selection. We'll give kudos to the old man, the 6-horse Lord Glitters. 9-6-2 Tricast trifecta. 9-6 in the place pot. The fifth race now, it is the co-feature Group 2 Fahidi Fort. It's a Group 2 event going for a purse of $180,000. Race for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 14 horses going 1,400 meters or 7 furlongs on the turf course. I'm going to take here the 8-horse Naval Crown. We'll go 8-5-6 in the Tricast trifecta. 8-5-6 Tricast trifecta, top selection 8-horse Naval Crown. For a colt by Dubawi, William Buick gets the nut for Charlie Appleby. The horse's most recent out came the 11th of July at Deauville, heavy ground, 7 furlongs in the Group 1 Parisian Pratt, and the horse finished 8th by 10 lengths. He was with them early on, but then completely crumbled under the pressure. Very soft ground. The horse was just not excelling there. It wasn't the day to win. Coming here, very fast ground, or close to faster ground than you saw last time out. I think the horse could just really pounce back and really run a good race. Also, a little lesser quality horse should help. Two back, the horse ran the Group 3 Jersey Stakes at Ascot. Soft ground, 7 furlongs on the 19th of June. The horse finished second by 1/4 lengths, and I thought he raced well. He had a decent turn of foot. He needed that extra, he had a decent turn of foot. He was stalking that day. There was nothing bad about that race. And then prior to that, in the 2000 Guineas at Newmarket, 1 mile fast ground the 1st of May, the horse finished fourth by 2 1/4 lengths. Definitely outran his 50-1 odds. He just needed something later in the race. And then enlisted handicap over the 7 at Newmarket last April, finishing second by a neck. Tactical really ran a good race, but this horse wasn't going down without a fight. He really ran a good race. He actually ran here last season in listed stakes over the 1600, and actually won by 1/4 lengths on the front end all throughout. Miguel Barcelona rode the horse perfectly and timed the ride right. He had a great turn of foot, and he won for fun there at just over even money. But coming here today, lesser quality horses, faster ground. At 5-2, I like him a lot. Don't throw out the 5 horse here, La Barossa. James Doyle's on this one for Godolphin. Most recently ran here last week or 2 weeks ago in conditions race where he finished third. He was drawn a little bit wide. I thought he needed the race there off the bench, and then then look at his race in Europe in 2021. Ran the St. James Palace where he didn't run at all. Ran the 2000 Guineas in Ireland where he didn't run, and then had a decent place in the Craven Stakes in Newmarket in April. That was his best race of 2021, I thought. But coming here second off the break at 4-1, it wouldn't surprise me if he gets the job done. We'll definitely use him in the play spots, but the thing that scares me is the very wide post race, 12 of 14, which is very hard to win at times with the rails out. So, but I do prefer the other one before him. But he can win on paper with some class relief, and second off the bench, will be a lot fresher. But to recap my selection for the 5th, the Group 2, Fahidi Fort from Meydan. Let's take the 8-horse Naval Crown. We'll give kudos to the 5-horse La Barossa, 8-5-6 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Let's go 8-5 in the place pot. Let's get to race number 7 now race number 6 now from Meydan, which is the Group 3 Dubawi Stakes. It's a Group 3 event going for a purse of $150,000. Race for 4-year-olds and upwards. 8 horses are going 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the turf course. We're going to take the 1-horse Al-Tariq. I'm going to go 1-3-8 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 1-3-8 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection 1-horse Al-Tariq. This is a 6-year-old gelded by Oasis Dream. Pat Dobbs is on this one for Doug Watson. The horse's most recent outing came on the 26th of November at Jebel Ali. 6 furlongs in a conditions race, and the horse won by a neck. He had a stupidly high weight, but he had the thoroughly pace to win, basically on the front and all throughout. He won for fun. It was a very good race off the bench. Coming here, lesser quality horse, not lesser quality horse, a little tougher horses, but lesser weight on a level playing field on a speed favoring track. I think he really won a good race. 2 back, they ran in the Golden Shaheen here at Meydan on World Cup night. 6 furlongs on the 27th of March. He finished 6 by 9 3/4 lengths there, and he really just never got going, never quickened up. He was just facing too tough competition. And then the Group 1 Al-Shinaga, take 3. In the Group 3 Al-Shinaga sprint here made on the 18th of February last year, 6 furlongs. He won by a half length and a little bit of wide post route, but basically from a stalling position, he won quite nicely. A very, very good run. Followed that up before that in an illicit stakes at Jebel Ali with a 5 where he won by 1/4 lengths. And again, he really had a great turn of foot there. And on the front end, he just kept going. Really, he started his season in France, his career in France, where he was running okay. But since coming to the UAE, he's really become a different horse and really has been improving. I think he's sitting on a very good run here off the bench. 5-2. He's going to be my best bet of the day. I know 5-2 is not a great price for a best bet, but he looks like he's loaded. To recap my selection for the 6th now from Meydan, it's Group 3 Dubawi Stakes. Let's take the 1-horse Al-Tariq. I'll go 1-3-8 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. The nightcap again from Meydan. Back to the dirt again. It is the Alea by Aziz Stakes. It's a conditions race going for a purse of $80,000. Race for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have 17 horses entered, but 16 can run on the dirt. The distance of ground of 2,000 meters or 1.25 miles on the Meydan dirt course. I'm going to take here the 3-horse Desert Peace as a top selection. We'll go 3-8-1 in the Tri-Cash Trifecta. 3-8-1 Tri-Cash Trifecta. Top selection 3-horse Desert Peace. 5-year-old gelding by Curlin, who's best to be remembered by winning the World Cup here in 2008. But James Doyle gets on this one for Charlie Appleby. Most recently, they ran here in Meydan on New Year's Day. 1.25 miles in a conditions race, and the horse won by a head. And basically he wasn't 100% cranked that day, but he sat on the front and all throughout, quick enough, nicely, under the drive late. He got the job done, not the flashiest victories, but he got the job done. Come back 3 weeks later, again, a little tougher horses, but he's drawn well, definitely get them on a quarter, loves the Meydan track. I think he's sitting on a very good run. Two back here in New York at Belmont, I'm on eighth in the inner turf course and Lodge Optional Claimer, and he finished second by a head, and he sat back early, he slowly moved his way up, he got caught late, but he still ran his heart out there, not a bad race at all. And then prior to that, the 11th of March at Meydan, 1 mile in the handicap there, and he finished. He won by a nose that day, and he was under the drive that day, coming from behind. He got there in nick of time. The running style went against track bias, where the track was playing towards speed. He went against it, closed up well, very, very good run there. And then prior to that, they ran a mile and a quarter and a handicap here in February, facing very tough horses. He finished 7th by 15 lengths, and that's the lukewarm favorite. He never really showed up in his dirt debut, but after that, he showed some decent form on the dirt, and last time out, he showed very good form. I think the key with him is no kickback. He's going to go sent to the front end again today, and I think they'll see how far he could take the speed. At 6-1, I like him a lot. Don't throw out the 8-horse big team. The other horse on the Godolphin team, Frankie Dettori's on this one for Saeed Bin Zour. He came out of that conditions race here at Meydan on New Year's Day, where he placed behind the stablemate. He was drawn stupidly wide. If he had a better poster, he probably would have won, but he just couldn't get over. Before that, they ran him a soft ground at Goodwood, where he just wasn't handling it, and then one before that in handicap at Wolverhampton, very, very nicely. He's run here a few times in the UAE, he ran okay in spots and then crap in spots. The crap spot was last February, where he just didn't show up. But coming here off to some decent races, I'll give him a shot 6-1, but I do prefer the stablemate before him. But to recap my selection for the nightcap from Meydan, the 7th race, let's take the 3-horse Desert Peace, give kudos to the 8-horse Big Dream, 381 Tri-Cash Trifecta, 38 in your place pod. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.